Hey everybody, this is Dr. Joe. We're going to talk about the recipe we made, raspberry wheat ale. So here is the recipe, starting the brew day. These are all the ingredients we used here. You got the yeast. We did substitute Fugel for, I think, the Galaxy is what it was. Just showing you the ingredients here. Base grains. Got our barley, got our wheat flake. We've got some rice hulls here to create the nice bedding and during the mash. Of course, the honey we added at the boil stage well after the hops. And then we also have some whirlflock, which will help with clarification. So there we go, got the whirlflock going. So we're gonna make sure we're getting our strike temps. Our strike temp was 162. You can see it there. That is the mash tun. It's got the false bottom there. We did 2 batches, so we have 2 of these pots, and we used bags that we put the grains into. So there's the second pot right there. We've got the brew bag to make it easier on cleanup. And so we're adding in our grains, we're mashing in, we're gonna use the paddle to really break up the lumps, and we add this sort of in stages. And I like to keep the ingredients separate just to show the students what's going in. But when I do order it, I do order the grains all malted, all the barley's malted, of course. We're just adding some more ingredients, as you can see. And it's really important to break up the lumps there. It's very, very important. There goes the rice hulls there. And then we are working it in there. Okay, so just some final mixing here on my part, making sure we have good incorporation of all the ingredients, and then we mash. We put the lids on and let it go for an hour. So it's sort of like a steep, right? We're sort of steeping it for about an hour. I'm just checking the temp. I'm making sure I'm at the 152 or 3, which I think what the mash temp was supposed to be. Now we're done, and we lautered off, and now we're going to sparge. So we're lautering into the boil kettle, and so I have a little setup there, and we did lauter in, and now we're boiling. We're bringing up to a boil after we lauter. Once we have a rolling boil, we're then able to add our hops. So we're adding in our hops there right at 60 minutes, which is what the recipe called for. So, and then the next, of course, it's it's going to fast forward to the very end of the boil. So we mashed for an hour, and then we boil for an hour, and we added our hops at the 60-minute mark, which is right at the beginning, and of course at the 15-minute mark. And here comes the honey, and it is important to get a nice aggressive boil there. So we're adding our honey, and then we're going to get ready for the chill down. We're going to run it through a copper coil and chill down this hot wort when we're done. So that's coming up soon here. So we have a pump hooked up to a big vessel of water. Here you see it here. So I'm running ice cold chilled water through the copper coil. It's going to chill that wort down from 212 down to 78 degrees Fahrenheit in about 10-15 minutes. There's the pump there, real good Blickman pump. And then we can lauter off into the fermenter. So here's the sterilized fermenter that we have here. And then we use the refractometer to make sure our gravity is good. And as you can see, we then pour the yeast that's been prepped, and that's being poured into the stainless steel fermenter, and looking pretty good here at this point. And then we came back a day later. So here it is 24 hours later, and you can see it's sitting in this stainless steel fermenter, and I have a blow-off valve. This is the bottom, but it'll show you the blow-off valve up at the top. So the CO2 that's being produced goes through that hose and goes into this gallon of sanitation, and then you can listen to this. You can hear the bubbling. That's a beautiful sound, and that means we have beer. So looking forward to telling you how it tastes and when it gets into the keg. So look forward to that video coming up soon. Thank you.